I voted to impeach Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. He has an obligation to his constitutional duty to protect and defend our nation, but he gave illegal immigrants priority over law-abiding American citizens. Hey everyone, I hope as always you're having a great weekend. I'm here with an update on what's happened in Washington, D.C. this week. From fighting to secure our border to supporting our ally Israel, there's a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. First up, the impeachment of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. I've said it in the past and I'll say it again. There is a crisis on the southern border and President Biden is not interested in securing our nation because it pays for him to keep it open. From reversing President Trump's Remain in Mexico border policy to stopping the construction of the southern border wall, Joe Biden and Alejandro Mayorkas have made it obvious that their policy is reverse anything with President Trump's name on it. They let their personal vendetta get ahead of them and become blinded by their own political agenda. The American people are paying the price for what Joe Biden is allowing to happen on the southern border and through his border czar, his border secretary, the people that work on the border underneath Alejandro Mayorkas. It all plays a role in this. This is the reality of the border crisis. Since President Biden took office, millions of migrants have continued to sneak into our communities. Tens of thousands of pounds of fentanyl have come across the border. In fact, this past December, there were more than 300,000 illegal crossings of the southern border, which is the highest number of encounters in a single month ever recorded. This should alarm everyone, but instead of realizing their own mistakes and reversing the open border policy that's put America in danger, Joe Biden and Alejandro Mayorkas doubled down. The straw that broke the camel's back was when Texas, a border state, decided to put up their own border fences to defend itself from the influx of illegal immigrants. Instead of working with the Lone Star State, Mayorkas ordered the Border Patrol officers to use the federal resources to cut down those fences, to essentially roll out the red carpets for the illegal immigrants. This is absolutely unacceptable. I voted to impeach Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas for all of those reasons and a host of others. He has an obligation to his constitutional duty to protect and defend our nation, but he gave illegal immigrants priority over law-abiding American citizens. Unfortunately, this vote was unsuccessful, but I'm not going to stop fighting to hold the Biden administration accountable for their inability, their unwillingness to secure the southern border. If your job is to secure the border, you have to fulfill your constitutional duty to do so. We will continue to fight President Biden's dangerous open border policy in whatever form it takes, and I'm going to keep you updated on that. I want to switch gears. After Hamas attacked Israel on October 7 last year, the House sent a clear message. The United States stands with Israel, and we passed a strong aid package to Israel the following month. Alarmingly, President Biden and Senate Democrats have been blocking that funding. Now, 4 months later, the Senate refused to send any assistance to our ally under attack, and the House voted on another bill to send aid to Israel. However, even before the House passed this bill, President Biden made an announcement that he would veto the bill if it passed. He's trying to tack on all sorts of unrelated spending to assisting Israel, tacking on Ukraine, tacking on other things. This is a huge betrayal to the decades of friendship between our nation and Israel. Additionally, this week, House Foreign Affairs Committee, we considered a bill that I helped to write to defund UNRWA. For those who are not aware of what UNRWA is, it's an agency that purports to help Palestinian refugees, but is riddled with anti-Semitism and terrorist sympathizers. Even worse, your tax dollars are going to this agency and being funneled into terrorism. Now, President Biden has sent more than $730 million since taking office to pay for the aid of the salaries of the workers who went to slaughter innocent Jewish men, women, and children on the October 7 attacks. And in the committee meeting, my Democrat colleagues seemed to have difficulties understanding why we should not send any more money to UNRWA, so I simplified it for them. Would anybody in this room like to disagree that Israel is America's ally? Be on the record. Now is your chance. Hearing nobody. Palestinians are not our ally. Would anybody like to say that Palestinians are our ally? I hear crickets. Nobody in here is willing to say that Palestinians are our ally. Nobody wants to refute that Israel is our ally. Our ally, Israel, is at war with our non-ally. So if we support UNRWA, number one, we are paying literally the salaries of our non-ally that is at war with our ally. Let that sink in. Democrats want to fund an entity that is made up of and exists to support our non-ally at war with our ally. Can't make sense of it. The United States must stand with our ally Israel and not with Hamas-allied Palestinians. Last, but certainly not least, something that I know everybody in our community has paid attention to is the fact that we lost a hero. Florida Highway Patrol Officer Zachary Fink was killed in the line of duty serving our home in St. Lucie County in the Treasure Coast. Trooper Fink gave his life protecting us. Our community is indebted to him. He will be remembered by everybody that knew him as a man that you could count on. Everybody says that he was a natural comedian who could de-escalate any situation. And he was an outdoorsman. And he was a man that was so proud of his law enforcement brothers and sisters from across the country. Anybody that was in law enforcement, he loved to connect the patches of various law enforcement agencies from places that he would get off to and meet other people. He himself considered it an honor to be among the ranks of everybody else in law enforcement. But the fact of the matter is, it is all of us who are honored by his sacrifice. And I would just say that I thank God for his selfless service to our community and that we will always remember him. In that, I would say that it is an honor to serve you. I hope that you all have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all around. You all take care. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.